Welcome to Have a Happy Arty Time. My name's Janette and this is part 1 of using magnificent styrofoam magpie images on the Gelli plate and creating wonderful art. Let's begin. Now, as you know, I cut out my styrofoam out of these styrofoam trays. They're quite thick and they work really well. Now, if you haven't seen me make any homemade styrofoam stamps, pop into my Daisy video. You'll see a link down in the description and you'll see how I make them. I'm not going to actually cut out the stamp today because I have one here already cut out. If you would like the image at all to use, I've got these available to you via my email, and you'll find all the info on how to do that in the Daisy video. So I'll pop that aside and I'm going to show you what I did to now make these images, and away we go. Now for this image I'm going to give it a try with some watercolour with a little bit of detergent for the background, and I'm just going to mix a little bit of water in my watercolour paints, and I know I need a little bit of orange, a little bit of yellow. I wanted something light and delicate for the background, so we'll see how we go. So a couple of dobs of dishwashing liquid, little roll of this one. I'd have to take a little bit of that off. A little bit heavy-handed with it. So I'll wipe it around the edge. Pop our yellow one down here. A little bit of orange as we work our way up. And just a tiny bit of our blue here. And we'll give a roll out. I'll just take my mask off there. Okay, and we'll pull this print. Let's see how we go. Oh, that's really nice. Okay, so I just have to add a little bit more yellow in the middle. I think I will see if there's some more detergent. Get our yellow, some brighter colour going on in the middle. And to give it the lightest roll with the roller. Pull this print. Oh, that's coming up really nicely. So I'm just getting that dry look that I'm wanting, and we're going to add a little bit of orange this time. See if we can't bring that up just a little bit, just in a couple of areas, and we'll give it a light roll. I'm wanting just a hint of background with this. It's starting to really come along, so a little bit more orange again. Still got our detergent happening, I think. Let's see what we get here now. Getting rather wet, so rubbing very delicate. Oh, that's lovely. Just what I wanted. You hear the magpies out on those hot, dry days, and I'm just trying to get that view here. So that's worked a treat with the watercolour and the detergent. So we'll let this dry and I'll be back with our stamping of our magpie. Okay, so our backgrounds are dry. These are the ones that we did. And I also did this one last time when I actually made this one, so I thought I'd use this again today. And I went through my stash of backgrounds and I was looking at this, and these are all roll-off sheets and I absolutely adore them, and I'm thinking, well, my Maggie might even fit on here. And also the roll-off sheet from today, I'm thinking, yes, he'll definitely go there, he or she. And I'll just show you a couple of others. I stamped this one onto some little graph paper and I'll probably cut him out and collage him onto something. And I've got this roll-off sheet here, and I thought, oh, he'll look very nice in here somewhere too. Nice and grungy. I'm also working on this one with a darker background, which again was just a roll-off sheet. And I placed the stamp on top of this. You can see that that's going to come up quite nice. I only need to add some white now and fix up his eye, and perhaps a little bit of silver and black in this area of the fence. So we have many options with these stamps, and I wanted to show you that because it's just great, all the different things we can do. Alrighty, so I'll move these things out of the way and we'll get on with it. Now my stamp's becoming a little bit flimsy, still okay, but I'm thinking I can see a couple of breaks. So what I thought I'd do was to give it a go today by actually placing it on a piece of cereal box and just sticking it down there. That way, hopefully, it'll be a bit stronger. Now, it has stamped many images, this little magpie, so I'm just going to show you how I place it on here. I just get my double-sided tape and I'm just going to place it over here. Not worry too much about anything. I'm just hoping to give it a little bit more strength. and it's the legs that I'm most concerned about, and the fence. So we just pop him on here. Okay, and just take these off. I remember a lady once saying to me that if you take too much time with your art cleaning up around yourself, you can actually lose some of your creativity. And she said to just throw everything on the floor, within reason of course, everything that's not going to damage your floor. And then after you've finished, give that a little sweep up, and that'll help you just to continue in that creative mode. And I've tried it, and you can see me now. I'm throwing everything on the floor and I'm just continuing on and not worrying too much about anything. So when I look up here, I can see I've got a spot for the beak. Come down, and I think it's going to fit in there well. Okay, and just place that down. And what I'd like to do is cut out as close as I can around the edge, because the edge is where we often get little lines and marks from off our stamps. So I'm just wanting to quickly cut that down. Cutting it down not only stops those marks from the cardboard, but it also helps me to see where to register the stamp. Now, as I say, I haven't put the styrofoam stamps on cardboard before, but I'm thinking they should work. And that's going to make that a lot stronger now. And for when I've stamped it down, I need to get my masking tape and just make a couple of handles on this one. So very simple process. Put that together like that, leave your space here, and just stick that along there, so that'll be a good one for the bottom. So this is a great idea because your stamps and everything can still be flat. So I can see that I'm going to be able to stamp this and lift it up. Okay, so we're ready to go. Exciting. Now, I'm not that keen on this one, but I'm going to use it first, because if anything happens and I don't like it, I've still got my good backgrounds here to go on with. Okay, so I'm going to get some black, and this is our trusty poster paint, which stays open for a very long time, and I just want that light coverage again. And what I might do is move my good image out of the way. Don't want to get anything on that one. So I've got the brayer here, using the Gelli Plate as a stamp. Now I'm just going to get my stamp, lay it down. I find this actually helps the styrofoam absorb a little bit of the paint, so you get a little bit better coverage as you go along. I'm just putting that one down there. If we get that over here and we can see. So I'm going to pop the paper here now and just go over this stamp just gently. So just move that out of the way, get our picture here, turn our stamp over, grab my 2 tags and just fit him in down here. Okay, and a light press. Now I don't know if I've got too much paint or not enough paint or what it's going to be like, but I know that I just want to go very gentle with this one and see. Now we do have the option of using a clean brayer on here, especially with the handles being made out of styrofoam. Now I can see that I might have actually pressed that cardboard into the paper, so that might be my first mistake, and I've got paint on my finger. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's beautiful. It actually worked really lovely. So we only have to do a little bit with this to bring that out lovely. I'm excited, so let's try another one. Okay, so this is very open, as you know, so I'm just going to place it down onto the Gelli plate, get a little bit of paint there, pick him up, slide him round, a little bit of paint on that, lay it down. So we're just going to go over that. Get our background, position him over where we can see he's going to fit, and stamp him down. Take our clean roller and just ever so gently, light pressure. What a great idea the cardboard was for this. And then pulling up, Okay, so I can see my paint's drying a little bit, yet that'll still give a nice image. I will just have to do a little bit more work on that one, so I'm going to add some more paint and go again. A little bit of paint on here. So I have plenty of spare backgrounds so that if things don't work, you can continue on until you get a couple of good ones. Okay, so we're going to place our stamp on, give it a wriggle around, lift him up, slide him on, see how we go, and just get into those legs. Now going to get our roll off sheet from today. Okay, and just roll over. And here's hoping. I'm loving our little magpie. Just little bits to do. I did miss his wing a little bit here, but that's okay. Going to keep going. Lots of paint again. Give it a good coat on that wing over here and give this one a very good press. And if I put a little mark with a pencil, I can register this further with the cardboard. So if I place a light mark there, I know I've got to be there. Light mark there, maybe a little bit around that tail, maybe a tiny bit around there. I can rub this off. If I have to place this back down, I'll know where to go. Okay, let's see. Oh, and it worked lovely. So I didn't have to place this one back down at all. That is just wonderful. So I'll need to rub out my little bits of pencil now, but that gives us another idea of how we can register when we can't see. And have I got one more? So I have some orange there. And I have this lovely grungy sheet, which I think is going to look great on. Okay, so how are we for paint? Getting into the styrofoam really nicely now. So I think I will place this way. Get him down there. And the same thing again. I'm just going to place a mark here. And again, just a little mark here so I can see that bead. Pull this one off. Didn't need the mark, friends. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, it's really working well. So that's going to be another gorgeous print. And we have one more here. Let's see. There may not have been enough paint here. And of course, what we can do is pick this up. We can lay it down, keeping our finger on it, and I've got my back scratcher here with this lovely smooth part, and we can just go over this. Let's see what we get this time. And it's just lovely. Oh, it's delightful. So now I can stamp off any excess paint from the stamp, get a baby wipe and give it a little wipe over. Just be very gentle as you do this, because our little fence area is very delicate. And if when making this you find that something breaks, if you're using the cardboard, I can see it's quite easy to just glue it back into place. Okay, so we'll put him aside for another time. So I'm back now with our stamped images and I'm just loving them. I can see so much potential. This has been a lot of fun and I so look forward to seeing you in part 2, where we turn these beautiful stamped magpie images into awesome art. So thank you so much for watching. Keep safe. Bye for now.